Happy Labor Day. It is Monday, the 7th of September already. I can't believe it. I even forgot to give my dogs their anti-flea medicine and had to do it late. This month has gone so quickly. So this is your week that you're going to be working on the assignment of the movie analysis that's due on Sunday the 13th. And really you're looking at the two leaders and comparing and contrasting their leadership styles. One is transformational and one is transactional. The differences between the two leadership styles really are in how they relate to others. All right. General Patton, as you see from the movie, is kind of a short-tempered, commander-in-chief, and he just tells it like it is, and he doesn't sugarcoat it. He is the general in command. And Chamberlain in the Civil War was more likely to lead by example and solicit the support of others by his example as a role model for the soldiers. So I think that when you have a transformational leader, it's someone who helps to transform others into leaders. A transactional leader has the dynamics that go back and forth between people, but not necessarily to help them change their styles. So I think that's the most critical part of the movie analysis in terms of the transformational and the transactional. And also be sure and identify your own leadership style and how you would relate to either the transformational or transactional leader. And maybe you're a combination, and that's good. I think it's great to be a combination of both. There's times when you need to have the transformational and transactional. Now, you should be selecting your business leader and your educational leader for your interviews. You're going to ask them questions. I would say keep it to 6 to 7, maybe a 25-minute interview. Ask them if you can record the interview so that you can transcribe it later. Send them a copy of the questions in advance. Ask the same questions of each leader. It's on the rubric, and I think there's like 5 points on the rubric that you'll see that you could use for questions. And then you're going, after you finish the interviews, be sure you allow the same amount of time for each leader, and that if you can, do it face-to-face. It's so much better. You're going to then look at what common threads there are between the two leaders, the business leader and the educational leader. And then what are the differences? And are they areas that maybe we need to think about as educational leaders? The business leader does something that's kind of unique. When I was a new principal, I went through, well, at the time it was Boeing. I'm not sure what it is now, but I went through the total quality manager training with a group of engineers. I was the only person from the school business, and I'd been invited in to do that. And wow, I learned a lot from those business leaders about how they make decisions and how they solve issues and getting the quality product out to the customer. And it really helped me to think differently about my role as a school principal. And, my job really was to support teachers. I knew that if the teachers were, being supported and they felt like they had a really good environment in which to work, that was going to then reflect upon the students and the parents and one another, the collegiality. And so I always made sure to provide that kind of environment. One of the things I did, and you might ask me how I did this, but I did, I never asked a teacher to be out on duty, ever, 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 in my entire career as an administrator, because I felt that it was better for them to be preparing for classes and not be out where I needed to be. So I was never in the office. I mean, I was pretty much before school during school, after school, I had a group of administrators and a team, and we did the duties. And I did hire lunch people to come in. But, I felt that was the best use of the funds, and I talked to the teachers, and they agreed. They would rather have that time to talk to one another, to plan, to be working on their scholarly activities for the classroom. So, that was something that it really changed the environment and the culture of the school. Okay, well, I hope you've had a labor-free weekend, and God's blessings on your great week ahead. Talk to you soon.